how you're going to be able to go through and grade your Google assignments that you've passed out in Canvas, and also a little bit of what it looks like for the student. So we're going to start with the student portion. So the first thing we're going to do is I am going to log in, again, using my daughter's account so that you can see what it looks like for a student. So I'm going to go to my course, and then I need to go to my modules. And you'll notice this is the assignment that she is supposed to be finishing. So I'm going to select that assignment. And then you'll notice down here, it asks me to launch external tool. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And when I do this, it's going to look like this. So I have to actually switch to her account. And that way you'll be able to see what it looks like when she is actually trying to work through the assignment. So as the students are attempting then to complete the assignment, what they're going to need to do is they're going to click the link right here that is showing their assignment. So we're going to go ahead and select that. It's going to open it up in her Drive. And then it's going to just be an image right here. And she's not going to be able to do any editing in this section. So she's going to need to go down here and select Edit in Google Docs. Now, the kids do not have the Google Docs app. And so you can see that it gives me the option to get that app or to go through Safari. So I'm actually going to go through Safari and click Open. And now it's just taking me to the mobile version of Google Docs. So if I'm looking at this, I'm going to make a small change so that you can see the changes that are reflected. So I'm going to cut some of this. Actually, you know what? I will change this whole thing to purple. So now you'll notice that it's a slightly different color, and you'll be able to see that it's her work then versus the original copy. So when she's done and she's completed everything that she needs to, she would go up here to Done. And then she can X out of this, or for the easier way, you can just go to Student. So it's going to take her back to this screen. So if she's thinking that she's completely finished, she's going to go over here to Submit. This is where students submit their work. And then it just wants you to verify. And so I'm going to click Submit. And then it's going to give me this little notification saying that I have submitted my work and that I'm all set. It shows me my file. And what's interesting now is that if she tried to click this file, she cannot edit any further because it has now been turned in to the teacher. So I'm going to go back to the Canvas page here. And I want to show you what it looks like for the teacher. So let's say you've gotten your kids to turn in all of their work. You're going to click the actual assignment. And it's going to look different because SpeedGrader is not going to be where you grade this assignment. You actually have to use this pop-up box here. And you'll see that Ellie submitted the assignment. And so if I want to grade it, I will select her name from this section. So I click it. And just like it did in Google Classroom when we used it, it gives you the opportunity to see the work that they've created. This drop-down box here would allow you to see any student that has submitted or the status, whether they are still working on it or not. And then you can sort by first or last name. When you're grading, you can use these switches to toggle to the next student or the previous student. And then this is where you're going to do your grading. So we're going to say she got a 10 out of 10 on this. I'm going to give her feedback. And then when I'm ready, it says I haven't returned it yet, so I need to. So I can return this one submission, or if she submitted multiple, I could submit all of them or return all of them at once. So I'm just going to click Return. And it says that she'll be notified and can check the grade that you left. So we're going to return that. And it's going to take a minute to get it all set up and running. But now I go back here and I'm going to, and this is the part that you need to do every once in a while, is leave the assignment and go back to it just so it can refresh. But what you'll notice now is that it shows Ellie's assignment and it shows the score that she got. If you then want to be able to look at the score in SpeedGrader, because on the previous video you made sure that the points matched and that the due date matched, you can now see that in SpeedGrader, although you can't see her work, you can still see the score that she got. The functions here remain the same. You can still toggle through. You will also notice that it doesn't show the comment that you left, but I could download the submission comments, and you just kind of have to go through the steps on that. But at least here is where the grades will be. And this allows it to sync then to PowerSchool. So again, for the teachers, this is where you go in Canvas. You look at the assignments through here, and then it will automatically put the scores that you put on the grading piece here into SpeedGrader. Now let me show you what it looks like for the students one more time. So if I am going back to Ellie's screen, you can see it doesn't give me any information because it's showing that it hasn't updated yet. So I will need to go, we're going to go back here, and I'm just going to go kind of back through like I always have. And now you can see on her screen that it's showing that she got 10 points out of 10 points, and all of the information that she needs is there. I have returned it, so now she could launch it again, make any updates she needed to if she didn't get a complete 10 out of 10, and then she could resubmit it for additional grading. So that is how the assignments from Google look through Canvas and how you can use it more like Google Classroom.